Now for our feature story of the day. Here's why Bitcoin's going to continue to go up to $1 million per coin. And in fact, Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki shares his time frame with you and when he believes the Bitcoin price action will likely hit this coveted mark. And let's start with the recent post he shared on X. I'm going to read it to you verbatim. I haven't read it yet, but I'm anxious to read it. 233,000 views, and this was just posted yesterday. Here's what he wrote. Makes me sad. In 2025, credit card debt is at all-time highs. U.S. debt is at all-time highs. Unemployment is rising. 401ks are losing. Pensions are being stolen. USA may be heading for a greater depression. I get sad because, as I stated in an earlier X tweet, I warned people this chaos was coming. In Rich Dad's Prophecy, a book about the coming biggest stock market crash in history that is here now. In fact, in most of my books, such as The Fake, Who Stole My Pension, and even Rich Dad Poor Dad, warned of a coming financial disaster. Facts. People who heeded my warnings are doing well today. I am concerned for those who did not. The good news is you can still do something and maybe even get rich, very rich. And as those of you who follow my X posts, I often end with buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And some of you have complained I repeat the same advice over and over. I repeat that advice today. Good. Repetition is the mother of all skill, as a wise man once said. For those who take action today when the crash crashes, those who invest in just one Bitcoin or some gold or silver, you may come through this crisis a very rich person. It is not too late if you take action. But if you wait, it may be too late after the giant crash. As I stated in an earlier tweet, people who are poor because they speak and think poor words. Words such as, I can't afford it, I'll try, or I'll wait. And that tweet quoted from lessons I learned in Sunday school. And the word became flesh. Can I get an amen? Simply said, poor people speak poorly about themselves. Very true. If a poor person bought a few ounces of gold or silver or 1/2 of a Bitcoin, I predict they may become the new rich once this depression is over. I strongly believe that by the year 2035, that one Bitcoin will be worth over $1 million. Gold will be $30,000 and a silver will be $3,000 a coin. Now let's rehash his prediction. He strongly believes by the year 2035, which is a decade from now, 10 years, that one single Bitcoin will be worth $1 million per coin, which is practically a 12x from the current price action. And he says gold will be $30,000. He must be referring to an ounce of gold, which is currently trading at around $3,300. So he ultimately thinks gold will 10x. And Bitcoin will just over 10x, potentially 12x, considering we're in the 80 range today. And he says silver will be $3,000 a coin. I don't really know the current silver prices. If you guys can enlighten me, let me know. And out of these three assets, which asset would you choose? Holla. And it'll be the easiest money you ever made, he said. Those who wait in fear may be the biggest losers. Who wants to take the big L? This coming Great Depression will cause millions to be poor. And all by design, may I add. And a few who take action may enjoy great wealth and freedom. Amen. The giant crash I predicted, the crash that is occurring right now, may be the opportunity of your lifetime to achieve great wealth and, more importantly, financial freedom. Please don't waste this giant crash. Study, learn, create a plan, and take action. Take care, and best of luck. Well said. That was said so well. I'm not even going to read into any more. Excellent post, very to the point. He ultimately sees these assets soaring approximately 10 to 12x over the course of the next 10 years. Do you agree with Kiyosaki? I think that's rather bearish from my understanding. I personally think, and I genuinely believe in my soul, that by the year 2030, I just cannot see a scenario where Bitcoin is less than $1 million. My personal prediction is by the year 2035, Bitcoin could be 5 million. For Christ's sake, Bitcoin could theoretically be 1 million this year, even though I don't believe that's the most likely scenario. I'm open to the limitless possibilities, and especially when they turn those money printers on, start printing trillions of dollars, and especially considering all Trump has to do is make an announcement that the United States is going to be purchasing whatever, 1 million, 2, 3, 4, 5 million Bitcoin over the course of the next XYZ years, or trading our gold certificates and acquiring Bitcoin net neutral strategies. for our strategic reserve and the executive order? Do you understand the game theory which is at play? Do you understand the other countries of the world just can't sit back and allow the United States to be the Bitcoin superpower of the world? They're competing. This is something Max Kaiser predicted many years back. He coined it the global hash war, and that's what's taking place in real time. Right now, this is the global hash war. Will the United States become the Bitcoin superpower? Or could it be China? Or could it be Russia? Or could it be the UAE? Yeah, I mean, could it be Canada? Who the freak knows? You guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Rich Dad Speaks the Truth.